All right, here we go. It's going to be the lower bracket finals, best of three between Scion and the first game.
Off we go. I mean, what do we like here? Scion's been doing quite well trading spec. I mean, pretty much everyone has. And then for Agrippinocoma, I mean, he loves giants, so maybe. But like first year pack is great too. But yeah, he does like the giants. He's quite the giant enjoyer, I have to say.
I think Scion mostly tends to prioritize Sledgehammer packs. Yeah, and there we go. Will
Mm.
be a Sledgehammer opener for him with the Fire Badger Specialist.
Yeah, it makes sense because it's good defensively, and then I feel like it also has pretty good standard tempo. And I feel like Scion cares a lot about tempo and standard. Like we often see him like sentry missile opponents, stormcallers, and things like that. So that characterization of him definitely makes sense.
It's just going to be Chaff here on round one for Scion, picking up two crawlers alongside the Fangs. And Agri will just go for the two Fangs as well, already setting up those late Chaff units. Oh, Agri actually putting them up front.
Yeah, interesting. I do like what Scion's doing here. I feel like what it was originally. You don't need to buy like say hounds or arclights. You can just get your late fangs, and those late fangs can really change the tide against the end game here when the stormcallers are trying to shoot you down. If you can manage to keep some sledges alive, so we'll see. But it looks like the sledges honestly are getting kind of owned.
Yeah, the sledges just don't really have the damage or the attack speed to deal with both the arcs, the fangs, and, well, never mind about the backline stormcallers.
Yeah, I guess he needed marksman to have any chance. And I said he cared about tempo, but yeah, maybe I was wrong. At least in this particular game.
That's quite a big round, by the way. Scion already down to sub 4,000, both of them not starting with all that many hit points. Speaking of
Yeah,
marksman,
pretty. Yeah, that's a big boy. It's like you can be marksman SPC, you know?
yep, you can get the orange man anyway. Basically, at the best of both worlds. Fire Badger spec and marksman spec.
Yep. But it's a wasp here for Tom. That's interesting. There's already fangs out. There was like wraith offered and like marksman. But yeah, it'll be strong for sure. I'm just not sure if it's better than a marksman long term. But maybe he thinks like I have stormcallers. I already have like a long range, sort of like single target unit. So maybe that's where his head's at.
It is definitely quite surprising. Yeah, long term, this shouldn't be that good. But I wonder, with him buying this many arc lights and the line we saw Scion take against Conclusion in that upper bracket,
Yeah.
this might be a Worm Arclight game from Agri.
Yeah. Good call. And then a wasp is a decent supplement for that. For like say like a melting point comes out or whatever, or just to like buy tempo as you transition. So we'll see.
Well, we'll get the outside storms. They are lined up with those fangs. They might even splash onto the arc lights.
Mm-hmm.
Scion gets a bit fortunate.
Yeah, Scion loves to buy storms in standard, so definitely makes sense he buys them here. They're gonna hit the fangs that were far forward, like we mentioned. There's some arclight splash. The orange man gonna one-shot the arclight on the left. The middle, just fangs inting, unfortunately. The wasp comes in. We're gonna kill more than half of them, actually. We're doing quite well. And we still have a marksman on the left, so I think it's a pretty close round. Scion might get there.
It's all going to come down to these Stormcallers, though, and they're doing a good job of killing the fangs. They might even take down the marksman there.
Uh-oh. You're right.
Oh, that is going to be a default win.
Yeah. All right, really close
Not a
round.
massive one, though.
Yeah, absolute minimal damage there. Fire Badger going to come down with that extra 10 range. And Agrippinocoma being giant specialist, will he pull the trigger and buy some giants?
Oh, there's a heavy armor there. Both of them going to pick that up. And
Goes on a
Agri
wasp.
throwing it onto the level 2 wasps. Wow.
I mean, the fangs will have a pretty difficult time killing them.
Yeah, they're sitting at over 1,000 hit points. That's kind of significant for a wasp.
Seriously, though, like it actually unironically is. The fangs would need so many shots just to kill one. Obviously, there's a marksman, but I mean, if you just snipe him, you know. No giant this round, I imagine. Yeah, not yet. Fire Badger, don't know if it'll stay long. Scion does like to buy a lot of Stormcallers, but it looks like he's not going to do that. He's just going to get more Phoenixes. Phoenixes, of course, are good against all the Giants, except for Fortress if the Fortress anti-air barrage is clicked. We'll have to see if Tom's going to pull the trigger on that counter.
The one thing about Phoenix, though, is that it is typically quite good into Arcworm. Because as you can see, like, there's not very solid anti-air apart from the Wasps. If those ever go down, then Phoenixes can often just take rounds off of the Worm player.
That's a good point, yeah. Just having that air threat can really help you ease into the giant threats, because, you know, you don't want to be taking thousands of damage against those giants.
You really don't. And let's see, the Phoenixes were stacked, which I really like. After all, there's only 12 units in a Wasp pack, and well, with 4 Phoenixes and some Fangs to boot, actually won't be too difficult to get rid of all of them, and this time around, it will be a default win for Scion, as he still has all of his air units left alive.
Yeah, look at that. It really swung things around. I mean, of course, there's been no specialist usage yet for Grip Nakoma, whereas Scion has now received his Fire Badgers, so it definitely checks out. And the heavy armor usage wasn't great either, so improved Sandworm. What do you think?
No. I think no. Well, go ahead.
I was going to ask for you to elaborate. Why no?
Oh, I was gonna ask for you to convince me. I think improved Sandworm is just a little bit too expensive. It doesn't get any tankiness either. It gets like attack bonus, which is not that useful. The splash can be, but it just never really is worth the cost, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, your opponents that like will buy the counter to Worm, it'll kill it just as fast because it just doesn't have that bonus hit point.
Yeah, I feel like, oh, he buys a Worm, but it's not improved. Okay, well, Sag. It would have been great content, you know? I'd love to see just Giga Splash. I feel like it's one of the more, like, exciting things. Like, give it the Strike Tech and then improved Worm, and it does, like, insane Splash.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, maybe there was a line here as the giant spec. It just really isn't something that I've seen many people try, and maybe a little bit too scary here to do when you're, well, fighting for your tournament life.
Absolutely. This is a really high-stakes game, and, like, pride is on the line, too, considering, you know, as we said, these guys are finalists in the previous season, so. Big best of 3 here for sure. Not what I expected today, but pretty dang hype.
Wasps, by the way, have been sold, replaced by Mustangs instead, but they don't have range. They are pretty much the only anti-air. Very nice missile on the left side, though. Wow. Takes out a Sledgehammer, that Marksman, and an Arclight.
Yeah, that's crazy good. Good thing there's the Badger there with the heavy armor. Should slow things down. I don't think there's tower pressure to worry about. The Worm on the right comes in, and it is tanky AF.
Uh-oh. But the Mustangs are gone.
Oh. Okay, we got Fangs on the left. We barely have Fangs on the left.
We don't have Fangs anymore.
Down they go. And we talked about the air value against Giants. There you go. Good call.
Yeah, like this happens like quite often into the early Sandworm because your opponent just doesn't have anti-air and those Mustangs are unranged. They die and suddenly the Phoenixes are just, yeah, kind of chilling.
For sure. Well, Scion's got the breathing room he needs. I mean, he can still sell the Worm. He's not, like, married to the Worm. Since he is Giant Specialist, he paid nothing for that unlock. So there still is pretty heavy mind games. That's a big selling point of Giant SBC. Look at the difference here in choices. We get the blue melting point here for Scion and 3 level 1 steel balls for Tom. That gives him a lot of options here.
Yeah, Agri, I think, reading that the Melter will be picked up, so trying to go for steel balls as an immediate response. Could be very nice to grab something like the mech div, or maybe even invest more into steel balls.
For sure, yeah. His money is pretty gone, so he did something. Did he range his Arclights and range his Mustangs, and that was his turn, basically? I think so. And then it's just Melter plus Melter range for Scion here. Possibly range this Arclights might have been earlier though.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm curious to see
still
how this shapes up. We do get the range on the Mustangs. It should help against these Phoenixes, but they do pick up a level.
we just committed. We replicated the one worm we had, so that is a big telegraph because there was some ambiguity about like what giant he'll shift towards, but that locks it in.
Kind of surprised about that, yeah. Same missile there being used on the left side, and Scion not doing anything about it.
Yeah, it is interesting. I guess like all the actions on the right, so as long as you're not losing your tower, perhaps he's okay with it.
Oh, but these steel balls, I mean, they look good on paper, but they're all in front of the chaff, so the Phoenixes are just chewing through them.
Exactly.
And now the worm does get to burrow.
He's got
I
replicate
don't know if there's
too.
damage. Yeah, he has replicate, but can you take down the level 2 melter?
I think you can. He's got so much stuff left here.
There's one larva on the tower.
Oh, that's crazy. And I was wrong, by the way. We killed the worm. Okay. It's going to be a round win here for Tom, though. But not the worst. I don't know. Being into melters gives you a lot of long-term play here. And if the larva get out of hand, you can multi-melt. Fish and giant. Wow. That's really powerful for Tom, who is a giant specialist.
Yeah, very quick pickup. Scion taking a little bit more time. Perhaps doesn't want to spam too many melters.
Yeah, like there's efficient light, but like that thing just doesn't pay off as quick as efficient giant, right? Like there's a 200 cost discrepancy there.
I mean, what do you do here if you're Agri? I guess you just keep stacking the worms.
I mean, it worked. I feel like it'd be fine. Yeah, I mean, he goes for it. It does make sense. He's already spent his money. He leveled up his Mustangs. He bought 2 more worms. Leveled up some arc lights. That's basically his turn. Bought some more chaff, perhaps. Scion still has money.
Yeah, 800 to spend. There's a bit of a like DPS potential issue, I think, for Agri, especially against that level 2 melter. At the same time, Scion might have some chaff clear problems, especially against like the mid-size stuff. Though Agri has been selling out of the steel balls, only has the 1 pack left now.
Yeah, I suppose that'll help for sure. We have a flank as well here against Scion by Tom. Feels okay. I guess his thought is like, that tower is not fortified. Let's get additional pressure. Pull everything backwards to expose the tower. Definitely could be alright. It's warping in, so you actually have to like move towards it, you know? It doesn't run towards you, so rather annoying, but there is the oil here to really help out. Oh, the missile! Huge. Killing blue Mustangs is incredible. Slowing the balls and damaging, like that was just a money missile, man.
Yeah, that was a bit of an eye for an eye there. Gets missiled out 2 turns in a row and then is like, well, I'll return the favor.
For sure. I think Scion's was even better, honestly.
Well, the larvs are definitely being annoying, and this is kind of the issue that
larvs are larving.
Scion potentially run into. Gets the debuff.
Oh man, and there's still Mustangs left. Can't get an air win. We have the tanky blue melter though. It's at least gonna like slow things down. Wait, can we kill them? All right, we're just chilling apparently. That thing is super tanky. Oh, it has the heavy armor.
Yep.
Okay. Didn't see that little shuffle there. Sold the Badger at one point, put it on. So yeah, that is pretty crazy. And the oil is still there. It was remarkably good in addition to the sentry. Tanky stuff.
Well, there's another heavy armor.
Yeah, but the Vulcan is used here. I don't know how I feel about it because it's just going to lock onto the Arclight, I think, and then the Blue Storm will just turn and shoot it. But maybe he's fine with a distraction.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I can see the Arclights either walking too far forward and the Vulcan going for the tower anyway, or like you said, somehow the Vulcan does like end up aggroing to the Arc. Oh, there's a melter there as well now.
Yeah, so probably no chance for big value there. It'll still distract. It's something, but probably not worth the cost. Unfortunate for Scion. So
And so
Melter comes
now,
out.
yeah, we're playing Sandworms as well as Arc Melter here for Agri.
Yeah, I mean, making use of the giant SBC does make sense. Like, we talked about the blue Melter with the heavy armor being a lot of HP, so that's sort of solved. Now, there isn't any on the right side, but I think that's because Oil's here, so he's just gonna use this round to attack the left, and then he'll fix his other problems later.
And have a look at this. The oil being lit on fire, but it's being connected now by Agri. On the turn that Scion went for Shielded Fangs as well. Wait, why is that not...
Pixels off, I guess. It's probably a bug, but yeah, that's funny.
Well,
Huh?
visually to me that's touching, but I guess the game disagrees.
Well, that's unfortunate because it was a great move, and I feel like he really wanted it on fire.
Yeah, that would have been quite good. I mean, that's the difference between some of these Shielded Fangs living or dying, and
Yeah.
they're doing a good job. Though the ranged melter that's been picked up for Agri now taking down melters from Scion, and as they're moving into the tower,
Phoenix, though, he
some
knows the
damage
mission.
mitigation.
Oh, just kidding, he doesn't. Okay, the Phoenix was clutch, though. It snipes the Melter.
Well, just gonna be the level 2 melter again with the heavy armor being too tanky to kill at the end.
I kind of feel like Tom's in a good spot. I'm not 100% sure about that, but like we have Shielded Fangs here for Scion. Orbital, obviously going to be snap picked, I feel. Yeah. Probably better for Tom here. But, I mean, Scion can just bubble effectively and probably be alright. I don't know, who do you feel is favored in a spot like this? I feel like the worms are pretty annoying.
Yeah, I would be a little bit concerned because I think Agri's board is just good even without the worms in a way, but the worms just add like so much distraction, which Scion currently has access to in the form of Shielded Fang, but that could always be remedied.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like the Phoenix aspect of Scion's army is nice. We saw them basically win the round last round. We're buying 3 more. Maybe he's identified that that's the key. And EMP as well. Man, this is a cool move. Such a pivot, right? Like normally when you're in melters, the golden rule is like, if anything, you sell your Phoenixes, unless you're against like a lot of medium stuff, I suppose. Which is not even the case here, by the way, unless you want to count the larva. So I
Yeah,
think
but I
this is a
think
pretty
that's the key point. Like the larvae are the annoying bit for the melter to deal with, and I think the Phoenixes up to now have done a great job in these rounds of kind of thinning out the amount of larves and allowing these melters to connect.
Yeah, I agree. I think another just important component too is just having this EMP against melters in case it turns into a melter duel. I think it's pretty clever.
Yeah, it can definitely be useful, but I don't think it does all that much versus the sandworms.
Yes, agree.
It's only going to matter like after the sandworms have died. Although in the middle, getting rid of the Arclight text there.
Yeah, good point. It's kind of not bad. I don't know. I feel like now I like Scion's position. I feel like this Phoenix play was kind of brilliant.
Yeah, and right side, those Shielded Fangs are just so annoying to deal with. The Mustangs just keep dying.
Yeah, the left Melter is getting really great locks. Killed the enemy Melter. We have 3 Phoenixes left here. Some Stormcaller, the Giga Melter, but I guess Tom's got the round. Oh, there's even a worm. I didn't see it. That's kind of a big round win, actually. But Scion's got HP. He's chilling.
But like for Agri, it's gonna come down mostly to trying to keep Mustangs alive. Seems like the main issue he's
Yeah.
facing is just like dealing with the Shielded Fangs.
Yeah, and plus the Mustangs at the end of the battle represent really good chaff.
Yeah, they were key there in taking out the remaining Phoenix packs.
Yep. I imagine these are cells. I mean, the Sabertooth for sure. Yeah, that's got to be cells. So we got a bunch of money. Tom's sitting at 2,300 now. Obviously, he's a giant specialist, so he's got a ton of opportunities here. Multi-melt here saying, the larvas, get him out. We are done. Maybe it's going to help with Mustangs and endgame boards as well. We'll have to see. What is Tom going to do?
Multi-melt is a little sketchy, though, in this type of long-range fight, especially
Got the
when
Phoenixes, though.
melt is already there. Yeah, that's, I guess, the underlying reason of why he's willing to take this gamble.
Yeah, for sure. I'm so curious what Tom's gonna do. EMP. Wait, that's a lot of EMP, man. He's got two sources of it.
I'm not sure how necessary that was. We get the Vulcans now for Agri, picking up a third giant.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Could be alright.
Get the EMP on Agri's melters as well. Range on the Vulcan and the final Mustang pack picked up for Agri. Really trying to deal with the Fangs. I think he's identified kind of the correct bottleneck. And
No
EMP on the
loans.
Stormcallers as well, dude. This is just...
That's crazy. I can't believe they didn't loan, by the way. Both players didn't loan. Like, what the heck?
wow.
Because there's a lot of stuff on the board here, man. Okay, the multi-melters, how will they do? They are so good at locking on. There's EMP everywhere, so will the melters even keep their multi-melt? I think the one on the left has no chance. It's locked on, it's dead. The right side, we're sort of multiing many things right now, but the left side, man, it's just getting kind of crushed. The right side as well, actually, maybe not looking so hot. Worms are still a problem. There's lots of birds, though. Maybe the birds can get things done.
I feel like that's just going to be slightly too much. There's too many things to shoot at. Most of these Phoenixes are not high level enough, and that's a massive amount of giants still alive as Agri
Man.
takes game 1 on round 9 in this best of 3, and will be 1 up in the series.
Nice game there. I wish we had a snapshot at the end there. There was so many larvae. It was hilarious. There was like a whole family of like different sizes and colors.
Yeah, really nice use of the giants back there by Agri. Kind of
For sure.
supplementing an early Arc Worm board with Arc Melter, which is an equally strong composition, then adding the Vulcans in the end. And yeah, super solid. Just has the advantage in terms of, yeah, that frontline distraction that the Worms provide.
Absolutely. Oh, I actually missed this. I don't know if you caught this or not, but Efficient Light was picked up by Scion round 6. That is really late for Efficient Light. That's probably the turn that he did the Phoenixes, I guess. Or
Oh,
maybe that
wow.
was round 7. But yeah, that
Yeah.
is crazy, man.
It's a good card on round 4, kind of like super supply if you want to play small units, but round 6, if you don't have additional deployment, it's a little tricky.
Yeah, like he would have made money, but like just barely, and of course would have been down tempo on round. That is if he took it round 6. I think it was round 6. Yeah. So yeah, not the highest value. Obviously, Efficient Giant was just better. Specifically for Scion, of course.
Well, so Agri already maybe starting his revenge arc after that final loss against the same opponent, Scion, last season.
I mean, it'd be such a big deal, right? Scion, who won the last MAG1, gets knocked out immediately in the round of 16. Like, that's not how you want to go down, you know? And then for Tom, his storyline would improve a lot because he always makes it out of the round of 16, right? That's sort of like his character arc at this point, I feel. He's like the most consistent player up there with like Flower Fairy, Fang Fang, and so on.
Absolutely. Yeah, it has kind of been a thing, though, where every season there's like a little bit of an upset, a little bit of a change to the usual like folks we're seeing. This time perhaps like conclusion punching his ticket immediately, perhaps getting rid of like the two favorites historically, or preventing both of them from making it through.
For sure, yeah. Such a crazy day. It really was happy with Conclusion's play, and it's been a lot of giants today, man. I have to say, I'm not sure if it's like representative of the meta or representative of like tournament meta, but man, has there been a lot of giants today.
I mean, it's always been strong, right? In a way, like giants are just typically the most efficient at whatever role they perform, and so as you get into the late game, they tend to be the unit of choice for DPS or chaff clear, whatever it may be.
Yeah, that's true. It's just crazy, like week to week, patch to patch, how the meta's changed. Like we've had some tournaments some days where it's like tons of hackers or like tarantulas, and now it's just like, oh no, we're only doing giants. Like forget everything. Like we didn't even see many hounds today. Like okay, we saw them extinguish fire, sure. We saw them ranged a few times, but like and flanking as well. But it's been a different day than I expected.
Yeah, a little bit more. I think perhaps a little bit more tame at the end. I don't know. I feel like the comps that we've seen so far definitely have been things that we've seen somewhat in the past. Either way, here we go. Game number 2 of the lower bracket finals between Scion and Agri, with Agri already being 1-0.
Was it Agri one? Yeah, it was. Indeed. Supply picked up here for Tom. And quick supply, so they want the monies.
And that is shaping up to be another long-range game here. And if it's going to be anything like what we've seen so far, there might be some more Arc Worm into whatever type of defense the other player wants to mount.
Yeah. Quick
And
supply
look at
for...
this.
Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, it makes
Double
sense.
Stormcaller round 1. Woof.
Yeah, it's such a Scion move, right? And it's like, it's not even that good against enemy board. It's like, okay, it's fine. I don't know, it's interesting. Like, for me, I'd be more interested in, like, a Phoenix or something like that. But obviously, I'm not a standard player, and these guys know way better than I do.
Yeah, I'd say Stormcaller still just do feel good in general in standard, but what you're saying is kind of holding right now. You can see the Stormcaller's mostly distracted. At the very least, it will help with the DPS at the end. But
yeah, hopefully he gets the round, right? I think he's gonna get the round. It's kind of close, but yeah, I think he's got it.
yeah, it should be just about the range advantage here will help the Stormcallers finish the job, but Agri probably pretty happy with how that went. Has the arc lights and the advantage in terms of chaff gear speed, so was able to quickly dispatch of the crawlers. Mentioning that, 3,500 hit point start for Scion and Agri already down to 3.2. Oh my.
Indeed. Yeah, we got
Oh,
ER
baby.
Phoenix and your favorite card, Improved Wasp. Spicy stuff. Oh my
Oh, it's been
god.
picked.
He's doing it.
What's his tech bar, though?
That's the question. I will show everyone as soon as I can. I think he's going to buy one right now.
Wait, he's actually doing the thing.
He's doing the thing, man. Okay, here it is.
Oh, but he
He's
doesn't...
got no splash.
No splash.
But you don't need the splash. Like, it's
no,
awesome.
You do need the splash.
Don't listen to him, chat. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, surely I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, maybe you need it with, like, the worm play style, but I think in general, you don't need it if you have really good chaff clear.
Yeah, like if you don't want to like full carry Wasp, then it's fine. I think it's just hard to pair this up with chaff clear because all chaff clear is going to be ground based, and the whole reason why you typically want to go Sandstorm is because Wasps never really were that viable of a carry because they get outranged. Even as improved Wasp, they get outranged by things like Mustang.
Yeah, I see. Look at this missile, by the way. Man, these players love their tempo missiles, even in standard. Boom. Down goes almost 250, 300 supply. The Wasps, though, should get the round, I'd imagine. I mean, there are 4 Phoenixes. I guess that is enough to shoot down the Wasps. Oh, the tower's going to go down.
Coming in. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
That'll seal the deal, I suppose. Wasp? Wait, are they not going to level? You always want the level the turn you buy them. Uh-oh. Not great.
Yeah, that is less than ideal. Scion taking a lot of damage, and, well, he doesn't have many hit points to spare.
And he's down 0-1 in the series. Like, he has to win this game, man.
We get Sabers now.
Surely a sell. The Typhoon will stay, though, for Tom, I reckon. Just a great answer to the Wasps, at least in the short term. You know, maybe if... Actually, maybe the Saber's staying. He sold the Stormcaller. So I suppose once he saw Improved Wasp, he was like, Stormcallers don't make sense anymore. So he's going to sell to those. He's going to use Saber as, like, a really big tank. And it, in fact, will be quite useful against the Typhoon, should it get a chance to connect. We've ranged the Wasps as well, so we're, like, pretty set up.
Yeah, he's got the flowchart definitely down the way that it should be. Need the range early to at least get ahead of anything like a Typhoon or early Mustangs, whatever it may be.
Hmm.
And the Saber should be nice here to tank. Could maybe even help take down those Typhoons. If those go down, then the Phoenixes shouldn't be the scariest thing. The only downside still is I'm not sure how you kill the Crawlers. Now, you do one-shot them, but Wasps have no inherent splash, so it takes ages to kill the Chaff.
Yeah, that is definitely a problem. How do you feel about the fact that the Wasp didn't level? Like, is that like a big deal, or is it sort of whatever?
It is a little painful. Ideally, I think you would need one level here. It's not the like the scary bit for me is there's no high explosive, and to me he's setting up for carry Wasp, but I know that carry Wasp just doesn't do well if you don't have Chaff clear. So I have a question mark there. And then two, this can sometimes take a while to set up, and if he's taking early damage and down to 2.7, it's a little bit tricky. Let's see though, Sabretooth here, locking onto the Typhoon, might take down at least one of them, maybe even the second. Oh, that's perfect.
He's gonna win the round, so that's really helpful for him. The Saber, keeping the Saber was nice, and especially because the enemy took the Typhoon. The positions also like worked out. The range paid off. I think both Wasps level. I feel like I don't even need to check. Those things need like no experience. So
Yeah,
possibly a good comeback here.
And we get an intensive as well. Now, typically, once you see this happening as the defender, you want to have the immediate Fort AA coming out. The good thing for Scion is that improved Wasp has this breakpoint built in, where as soon as it hits level 2, the Wasps can tank at least one missile from the forts.
Yeah, they need like above 900 or something.
Yep.
Yes, that's pretty nice. We'll see how fast the forts come out. Like Mustangs are another option, or like maybe even weirdly enough the Typhoons that are on the board. But eventually, there's so many tanks on the board, or like the Sandworms and stuff, that you do want that fort AA.
And we see the Typhoons being sold.
That's
1100 is not quite enough, though.
No, he'd have to loan if he wants 2 fortresses. But yeah, he's ranging the Arclights. He's buying Mustangs.
Okay, goes for the Mustang. Needs to immediately range those if he wants to have a chance.
Indeed, yeah. 100%. Like, tempo is of the essence here. These Wasps scale super well. The HP pools are already low, and you're not doing the fort line. So you want Mustang levels, right?
Yeah, which he does with the intensive. I don't know if Scion runs Sandstorm. If he doesn't, then honestly, Mustangs should just be enough. The one scary bit again, though, is that the Wasps are leveling a lot, and Agri doesn't have the most chaff right now.
Absolutely. We had a Sentry Missile as well, by the way, for Scion, hitting a bunch of sledges. The Wasps are just out of control, big health pool, big damage, big range, just winning everywhere. Of course, the Sentry Missile being a part of that, but don't even think it was needed. I think the Mustangs just aren't the sauce yet.
Yeah, and another pretty big turn there for Scion. Agri also didn't start with that many hit points, now down to 1600.
Wow. Okay. Barrier is there. He's being sort of shoehorned into the correct line with the forts. Both players, by the way.
He picked up the barrier, but he hasn't bought anything yet. I would love to see AA come out here for Agri. He needs to prioritize that, but he doesn't go for it.
Rooster, I'm very concerned.
Oh, he does have the Sandstorm equipped.
All right. What a gamer.
Well, then things are looking pretty okay.
But I'm so concerned here for Tom. He took the barrier.
Yes, so am I.
He's not using it. And like, how do you go from 0 forts to enough forts in one turn?
Well, it's called unit drops, but
that's his Hail Mary, right? He's like,
it's
so
not guaranteed next turn, and if it doesn't show up next turn, he's gonna be in some world of hurt. The main issue he has here is just he spent too many deployments on units that like don't do enough. The Mustangs are an okay line, but he needed more chaff at this point. Like, you need to punish the fact that Scion has no chaff clear. Like, he literally doesn't. He has one sledgehammer, that's it.
Really good point, yeah. And looks like the left bubble there is a nod to the sentry missile of the previous turn, but it doesn't come out, so nice mind games there. The barrier does come down on the sandworm. We've got the sandstorm going off. Mustang's staying sort of out of range, but man, the sandworm is tanking for a long time. Those birds do not have levels.
And the sandstorms are hitting those Mustangs, getting pulled into the range of the Wasps. And that's just going to be another good round. Agri now struggling, not having the DPS to kill the worms, not really having the chaff to distract the Wasp.
Oof. So low. That HP difference is pretty big. Scion can afford to lose a round. All is Wasp leveled except for one, I think. Unit reinforcements comes. Scion picks something really, really fast. Farseer picked here. Okay, so it's Wraith for Scion. Farseer Cell for Tom. The forts come out. He's got 800 left, so he's going to buy one more. He's going to air barrage, I assume. And what's the play for Scion? He's field maintaining his Wraith.
Yeah, that could be a very good gut shot. Now, there are some Phoenixes, which is honestly a very, very good thing to have as the Worm Wasp defender. But I'm not sure if it has the damage here to deal with the level 3 maintenance Wraith.
Dude, only 2 forts as well? I think Scion's got this. He played it so well. I mean, the unit reinforcements helped him a lot here, of course.
Well, he has a third one, and one of them is level 2. I think the ground is kind of sorted for Agri. These sandworms shouldn't be too scary. And it just comes down to this Wraith. Like, does it go down or not? It is now being put on the right side. There are 4 Phoenixes over there. If they all lock on, maybe they can take it down. If they can take it down quick, again, chaff clear situation, not the best. And no elite on the Wasps yet, so the fortresses could be hard to take down.
Yeah, for sure. I guess the worms might die pretty dang quick. The forts are walking forward, not dealing too much okay, now it's dealing huge damage. Left Wraith dies.
The worm, it will actually burrow and unburrow one more time. That's massive.
Yeah, the Wraith falls though.
The Mustangs are still alive, and now left side, no HE on those Wasps. They can't quite make it to the tower. They will make it to the right one.
Like, you don't need much here. So
you
close.
don't, but is it enough? Is that 2 packs of Wasps?
Oh,
Not
man.
quite. 68 hit points.
Brutal. And it's not looking good anymore. He barely won. Efficient Giant here.
He did? Okay, the main problem again here is the Wraith, but the Phoenix has got levels, so maybe you're fine there. We do get the Elite instantly now for Scion, but again, if you get rid of the Wraith, there is no chaff clear on Scion's side.
Ooh, true,
these Wasps are just not good at dealing with crawlers, let alone, honestly, Mustangs. Like, the nice thing about HE is that they will hit multiple ones. Here, they have to shoot them one by one.
Yeah, such a good point. And all the birds leveled, and he took charge shot. So, like, he is super prepared. Now, hopefully the Phoenixes don't int. They're, like, pretty short range now, but I guess it'll be fine.
Yeah, like a backwards Wraith beacon here could be very problematic, but not sure if Scion... I mean, he probably doesn't realize charge shot has been clicked, but yeah, it is still a bit dicey. AA still lacking on the on the Mustangs as well. Probably needs to pick up those levels that he has available, though.
Yeah, agreed. He's got 400 left. Both players loaning, both players doing the temporary range. Scion's done, just waiting on Tom. I'm sure Scion's watching eagerly.
Both players loaning, they realize, I mean, Agri is on death's door. Every round matters. Temp range, of course, picked up for both. Temp speed here as well for Scion.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know, man. Not much changed for Scion, it feels. Whereas, like, the birds, man, that was a massive change to the army. Look at the Wraith on the right, targeted by 3 birds.
They all lock on.
Down it goes.
That will be the Wraith gone, and now you don't care about the Phoenixes anymore. And honestly, they help out with the Worms quite a lot as well. The 4th AA now starting to do its thing, and suddenly your Wasps are stuck shooting at nothing but small units.
Brutal, man. I can't believe how low he is, though. 68 health points, and he just can't get it over the finish line.
Yep. But this is where I am starting to worry a lot for Scion, because he just doesn't have a way to deal with this.
Me like Blue
Like
War
he
Factory?
yeah, maybe. He probably has to do something along those lines. He could try and like go for the Wraith, but he has no way of making the Wasps
Okay,
deal
there's
with the
money
chaff.
here. That Raiden is 600
There is a
money.
lot of money.
We can Blue War Factory. He sold it. Are we buying Worms or are we buying War Factories? He's leveling a Wasp.
Getting the hit points. Okay, beaconing the Wraith. Did mention this.
Yep. Okay, we're mass recruiting. Okay, it's gonna be Worms.
Oh. I actually think that the War Factory line you mentioned was very good. I don't know about this one. He's setting up the late Worms to try and like guarantee the Sandstorm to hit, but I feel like he hasn't realized the main issue being like the chaff.
Yeah, and like a tower snipe is one way to just cheat, you know? And like a War Factory would be pretty good at that. I'm not sure if it was guaranteed by any means, but I mean, look at those 2 level 1 forts on the left. Those things cannot defend the tower. Oil's back. Doesn't do much.
Yeah, oil is not the most useful. The good thing here, though, is I guess Agri invested very early in Arclights, and crawlers can become an issue for the defender as well. But I guess he's got that covered. Another fortress in the middle.
Yeah, he fortified his towers, by the way, giving some respect maybe to something like a Raiden snipe or a War Factory snipe. Income the
Phoenixes,
Worms.
though, might need to get leveled. That Wraith moving back and forth is doing a great job.
Yeah.
And the Phoenixes doesn't look like they're connecting, but at the same time, the Wasps are not being protected fully either.
Yeah, that's right. We're losing some. But maybe the Wraith Dance was just so powerful here.
Oh, the Phoenix is still alive. Managed to take it down. The Mustang's on the left side now, getting to connect. No Sandstorms left. As the final fortress will run, or will go down, the Mustangs are still alive.
Oh
now we've got
my
2 of them sitting on double digits as we
Double
enter round
digits.
9.
Okay, now can we War Factory, please? It's not too late, right?
It's not. I mean, it all comes down to this Wraith, honestly. That's what it comes down to.
Well,
It
gone.
gets sold. We go
Okay.
shield.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
man.
We go shield.
No, I feel you. I mean, it's not like the worst line in the world, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
It's very good versus Forte, but improved Wasps already are by default anyway.
I mean, it's a lot of HP, right? Obviously, it costed a lot, but man, that button represents a lot of HP.
I am not sure what happens here. The Phoenix is not being ranged is making me a little bit antsy, but it worked out. And well, Scion sold his Wraith, so I guess you don't really care anyway anymore. Like that level 1 Wraith will easily go down to the Mustangs as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happens here, but again, it's like there's no chaff there.
Yeah, it's so unclear. I think Tom's got it, but let's see, man. I mean, I kind of want the Wasp to win. It's such a cool line. But I feel like Tom's done a good job. Let's see.
Okay, well, the Forte A will kind of chip away at the hit points of those Wasps, but that'll be about it. The Worms, though, level 1 will fall pretty easily to these level 2 fortresses. All that's going to matter here is, can these Mustangs remain alive for Agri?
Yeah, I mean, these are really tanky Wasps. I mean, there's a lot left, but there's also Mustangs, right? And there's one big fort left. I don't know, can we get the tower on the left? It doesn't look like it. It looks like the Mustangs are just so powerful here.
Oh, it's awfully close.
Oh,
couple
my
of Wasps
God.
left. Wait.
Who's got it? Is that enough?
It's
Oh
not
my
enough!
God.
17 hit points?
I can't.
There's no... Oh my god, GG.
Okay.
It's over.
That is not
well,
good.
Scion needs the Photon here. This is like your worst nightmare as a Wasp player. Like you survive and then
No.
suddenly like the big spell shows up.
There's an anti-interference module. We're fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, we just gotta like guess where the thing's gonna go. Also, this will just hit the shields regardless, right? Like even if you
Yes.
photon, the wasps will lose the shield because EMP deals damage to shields as well.
How many bubbles Tom has, by the way?
Oh my god, Scion just sold his high-level wasp with the improved on the right side.
Can we Blue War Factory now? I'm sorry for saying it every round, but can we do it yet? We can do it! We can do it!
Oh!
Does he have enough for 2? Oh, they're
He
white.
should. Wait, why is he buying a white one? Oh, okay, he's intensive training it.
Okay, he's a genius. Alright, one's in the top left.
That might be enough.
Okay. We're intercepting. We're leveling it again.
It's level 3.
Can we beacon it, please?
I don't know why we're intercepting, but sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would love to beacon his tail into the tower, but I guess it's fine. I guess the beacon he's doing is... I don't know. Oh, I'm giving it to Scion here. I think Scion's got it. I think Blue War Factory has been long overdue. And even through this EMP blast, I feel like this is a great line. Let's see, though. I'm really unsure.
I don't know. The Wasps lost their techs, and that's the two big ones.
But look at
and
this
the right
War
side
Factory.
is completely fine. Again, I will say, there is no chaff clear, right? So...
Right.
Like, there is a world where, like, you kill everything and just the factory remains and it just gets stuck permanently.
I mean, there could be a tie as well, right? Where, like, Mustangs can't kill the War Factory in time. I don't know, man. Anything could happen here. Do we get the tower?
Also, the Phoenixes might just live. I think that's what's happening.
Oh. Good point. Yeah, there is an air concern here.
We get the debuff as well. The Mustangs are moving in.
Oh, okay. We have anti-air?
Oh, we don't.
Can the War Factory live? That's it! Oh my god, what a game.
17 hit points.
Oh my god.
That is... Well, hey, look. If anyone ever doubts on why on earth I run HE Wasp, send them this game.
Yeah. You don't run Energy Shield, though. The Energy Shield felt good until the friggin... the EMP really cost the game.
It doesn't matter. Like, you don't need it on Improved Wasp. It doesn't get one-shot anyway.
Well, the point is that you have an insane amount of HP, and then you're multiplying it by 2. But yeah, I feel you.
Either way, this was game 2 and the final game of this best of 3 of the lower bracket. And Agri there taking a 2-0 in a absolutely nail-biter of a final game versus Scion, defending against the Worm Wasp, and punches his ticket alongside conclusion for Group B.
That was a wild day, man. And what a game to end it on.
Yep.
I can't even. Scion being out is fucking brutal, by the way. Like, oh my god. He won the last whole thing, guys. And now he didn't get out of the round of 16.
Yep. I mean, look. It's... That's a tough one.
Man. That's so brutal. I feel like Scion can analyze that with Blue War Factories on like round 9, round 8, round 7, and probably get wins.
Yeah, this literally comes down to just not having the right tech bar. It really is. If Scion had the high explosive I mentioned, he would have won this game on round 8 or round 7, like easily. The reason why it took so long is just because he like ended up not killing enough at the end. Whereas if he had some splash, he would have been able to like take down some Mustangs more easily, and that would have made the difference.
Oh, for sure. It was such a chaff clear problem.
The only thing he could do is like keep the Wraith. Like that's like originally what you would do. You would play Wraith alongside the Wasps because that unit can chaff clear, but it's hard to keep it alive. And Agri did the right move there for picking the charge shot Phoenixes, and yeah, it did great. Maybe a little unfortunate. I mean, 17 hit points is hard to predict. But yeah, holds on for dear life and gets it done.
Congrats to Tom. I mean, like I was mentioning, storyline-wise, this means that he is just once again always making it through the round of 16. What a consistent top player. Really impressive.
Yep, massive kudos. And by the way, big props to Scion as well for showing up, right? Because he wasn't meant to play today.
Yeah.
And yeah, in a pinch here, he helped us all out, right? From organization, but also from the viewers for, yeah, showing up and giving us these fantastic games. So massive props to him.
Yes.
Absolutely, like, fantastic players. So, yeah, round of applause for Scion.